So for my 4-week independent project, I did flat on Illustrator, which I will just show you my end results. Here's the tree I made on flat Illustrator, and then, oh, that's not it. And here's the pots that I made. I'll explain just a little bit about it. So I used Illustrator CC on my Mac. So just to talk about just talking about it, you have like your shapes, and you can make them change different colors of them to whatever you want. Make it purple, whatever. Then you can come over here, click it, double click, and choose what other different, there's just all the other different shapes that you can do. Polygon, and so there's those tools. Then you can take highlight them. You can cut them. You can kind of do whatever you want with them and build different shapes and color the backgrounds. And so with that, I was attempting to put a shadow on this tree that kind of like goes down over here, but I haven't quite figured it out. There's the making your, like, the circle pot. What I did is I made it, and then you put another rectangle on top, and then you end up cutting the sides off, and so it cuts it off. So put on both of them, top and bottom. Here, my YouTube video that I watched, and then you end up just cutting through them, just like that. So when you're in the Illustrator, if you have something like that where you put it on top, or if we just make another rectangle, and you can highlight it, and then just move that one out of the way. You can group them together, so then they become one whole thing, and you can just move them around together. Then you can ungroup them. There's all different sorts of types of things you can do with that. Then to actually make the leaves for the pots, you have to put two circles together, and then you end up cutting off the other sides, and you use this circle middle part as your the leaf. And then you see here, and you just take them together and you make your leaf. And you obviously you change the color, and then you just build your plant in here, like I did in my pots project. You just make your leaves, and then you shade the half the side so it looks like the sun is coming up from this direction and kind of like coming down on them, so you can see the right side of each of the leaves, and the pots are all shaded, and you don't have to make your pots a certain color, and you can create how you want your leaves to look like. So that is my little overview about my Illustrator flat project for my first 4-week project.